cleansing our houses. It's the whole time. There's 3 different things you can do. I'm going to show you these today. So one, you can just do like incense, right? And with incense, you can do a cone if you want. It just depends on your incense holder. I'm trying to open this up. Probably should have done that beforehand. Because, yeah, this is sealed. All right. This one in particular is white sage, but you can use a lot of different incenses. It just depends on your needs for what one you're going to pick. But you can do an incense stick, and that's white sage. Anyways, you can use an incense stick, and so you can put it on a holder or a cone on a holder, or you can just, like with this one, use it with your hands. Incense sticks are best for like an individual room for like a daily usage. However, if you have like just a mild, like maybe you cleanse every day and or after appointments and what have you, and you don't need a whole lot, like a full cleansing, this is like entry level cleansing, right? Then the next stage you want to do is like, hey, I need to like really cleanse my space. And a very common one is to use white sage, and like actual white sage bundle. This one, as you can tell, I have used. The deal is you would want to, I'm not going to light it because I'm actually going to go over the censer and using that more than this. They come bundled with the string from the drying process. But essentially you rotate this and get a really, really good flame going and hold it up so that the flame is going really well. And then once you've got enough smoke going, the flames are out, you can either blow them out, which I've seen people do. I usually am not a fan of that for a whole time of reasons. I will light all of this and then wait for it to get to a smoke. Sometimes it'll just like and start, and then maybe I'm going to temper it a little bit. But the easiest way to do a sage bundle is having a shell, and then with the shell, I hold my sage like this over the shell, and while it's burning, it's catching the ashes in the shell. And then I use my feather, and there's different reasons for feathers. Mine is kind of got 2 feathers with it. There's different reasons, like I said, you would get them and the ways you would use them. So if you have questions on that, let me know. Otherwise, get a feather that speaks to you, right? Meaning use your intuition. And when you're doing this, you've got this going. The ashes are and embers are being caught in the shell, so you don't have to worry about burning anything. And then you fan like this into your spaces to be able to get all the spaces. And I'm going to go into the spaces here in a hot minute. But then what I want to do is show you. Sorry, I took mine apart. Hold on, let me pick it up. I want to show you the censer. So the censer would be next. And this is great. This is my favorite one. It swings. All the smoke comes out of these different openings in it. It's a safe enclosed case. This one is attached, which I really like. And in the side of it, you can see, that's from my last burning, but it's got like rocks at the bottom of it. That's gravel. And then it's got the last charcoal in there. Actually, if I shake it, it'll just break it up. Now you can see the rocks. So I do that. And what you do is, and all this stuff is on our website. So what you do is you get a charcoal cube, just like a briquette for the barbecue. And they have a little pocket in them. See if I can get there you go. I have a little pocket. This is like the worst lighting. There's a little pocket in it. And you light the bottom of it. And I use brass tongs. Now this charcoal actually has been open for a while. I just found it and was like, oh, look, there's charcoal. So I'll show you how to light this in a hot minute. But then you have a combination of these, right? And there's like different ones. You can get a variety of them. Again, they're on our website. I use a combination of them for my house. And so you would use different different smells all together for different reasons, right? Some people just believe in the white sage. That's what they use for ceremonies, for cleansing, things like that. It happens to grow naturally out where I'm at, so we have an abundance of it. And along with many other sages, there's black sage. You know, there's like different sages you would use for different reasons. Same with incense, and same with these resin. Some places call them tears. Excuse me. On our site, they're called resin, and each one of them explains why you would use them and what they're for. I use a combination on my house because I know my house and I know what it needs, right? If you have questions, send me a message or drop a message on the comments, and I will get back to you and be like, yes, you need this. You're like, I'm cleansing the space after, you know, or just moving in, right? Or what have you. Anyways, so while I light this censer, I'm going to talk a little bit about how you cleanse. So with this censer, I typically use like butane torches, because you really see how it's starting to spark. You can kind of hear it. And I'm seeing little red embers towards the top. It's lit. So now I'm going to put it inside my censer, and then I'm going to get some of the resin. Again, don't use your hands. Resin gets extremely hot. Let me move the camera. Hold, please. So when we're looking at this, there we go. I'm going to drop the resin in here, and you'll see it'll start to it's starting to melt here in the corner. Oh, I guess I'm not totally on it. I'm so sorry. There we go. You can kind of see it there. I'm going to go ahead and drop some other ones in there, and I need both my hands for that. But, because I am actually going to cleanse my house right now. But this wasn't just a fun tutorial. I was waiting for the full moon to cleanse my house, which I do often because of the work I do. So anyways, as I get the resin in here, when you're going through, like I said, message me if you have questions about the resin to use. Otherwise, the procedure, first time you cleanse, I don't care what tool you're using, first time you cleanse, you're going to want to start counterclockwise, starting in the north corner of your house. So you start north, move counterclockwise, and then move throughout your house. You want to make sure you hit everything. If you have an attached garage, go into your garage, go into your basement. My house is a whole time, because it's got all those things. I'm putting see how it's starting to smoke? So I'm going to put the censer together, and now my sensor's tangled actually. Hold on. Again, pro tip. Okay, so now it's not tangled, but you can see how it smokes, and I'll just be going through my house with it, and I'll be using my right hand, not my left hand, and I will be saying my cleansing. Now I'm going to start in the north corner. You want to make sure that you have all of your cabinets and drawers, everything open. Open up. I happen to be in my kitchen. Open up the oven. If you have a microwave, open up the microwave. You want to make sure that all the areas are open up. You don't want anything that does not get smoke. You want the smoke to go everywhere. And then in addition to that, you're going to go counterclockwise the first time. And then the next 2 times you're going to go clockwise. Now after this, when you're doing maintenance, you can just go clockwise once throughout your whole house. Now some people will ask me, do you work from the bottom up story? Do you just start at the top story down? I start at the bottom story and work my way up because it's lifting the energy up, right? Smoke goes up. And so I'm going to start at the lowest point and then push all that energy up and out. You want to make sure your doors and windows are open and well ventilated during this time. And then you're going to say a variety of things, right? And this is up to you. But the idea is you want everything out and you only want good in, right? And you're setting the energy and the intention of your environment in your house. So I will be like, get the F out of my house, right? Or, oh, and one of the things I do too in the beginning is I tell everyone who is here, like, don't worry, Don't panic. I'm kicking everybody out. You guys can just head out now, but it's going to get more and more aggressive. We're cleansing the whole house. We're cleansing this place, and we'll invite you back in after we're done. So I'm going to go around, open everything up, since I already started my sensor, and clearly you can see in the cabinets behind me, I didn't open everything up yet. I was just like, oh, let's start recording. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go through my whole house. I'm going to give you a couple other pointers here real quick before I end this. And then you can, any questions you got, just put them in the comments. And we'll go from there. So you're, again, let's see, where did I leave off? Upstairs, downstairs, clockwise, counterclockwise, all the cabinets, and then what to say. That's where I was. Okay, so you, after everyone gets out, then you would say something along the lines of, this is my home, you are not welcome, you need to get out. Or this is my sacred space, this is my home, one of those types of things. You are not invited and no longer allowed to be here, you must now leave. And then you say that with intention, like, this is my home, you are not invited, you must now leave, get out, right? If you need to, you can call in guides or angels or whatever and ask them to come in and take people out, or beings, energies, whatever, out as well. And then after that, you're going to be also, once you go counterclockwise and do all that, then when you're going back around, you're going to be like, this place is to be filled with whatever your wishes are, right? With harmony, balance, peace, a safe space, love, light, whatever. And so this home is to be a welcoming place, a safe space for all of those who have been invited, you know, and may it be filled with love and light, right? Something along those lines. I'm giving you just generalities because on different beliefs and different intentions, you would be doing different things, right? And this works regardless of what your belief system is. So that is how I would do it. And then when I know your next question is going to be, okay, you said to do that when it's counterclockwise. What about when I'm doing maintenance and it's all clockwise one time? Or maybe you're doing it all clockwise 3 times, either one, whatever. You always want to make sure you're just doing it clockwise to seal it when you're done. That's the energy flow. So when you're doing that, you would say it all simultaneously, which is what I'll be doing this evening, because mine's just maintenance, right? I'm going to be going through and saying, you know, everyone get out. This is what the house intentions are. Everyone must now leave. This home is for love and light, yada, yada. And then when you're done, that same north space you started at in the north entrance, that is where you're going to end. And so if your door is pointing north, your front door is pointing north, you know, great, that worked out really well. If it's not, you start north, but you end at the door. So if you started, say here's north for you, but your door is over here, you're going to start here and go clockwise. I actually just went counterclockwise. You're going to go clockwise. You'll pass the door a whole time and come back to it. You have to stay clockwise. So don't go counterclockwise to get back to that door. Stay that way. Some people will also end this with putting cinnamon or blowing cinnamon out the door as a cleansing and a cure and a barrier and protection. Some people have done it with black salt. I grid my house, and so I'll just connect my grid when I'm all done to make sure, you know, if I bumped it or anything became unstable during that time, I take care of that. So I'm going to end the video now, and I'm going to go cleanse my house, which this house takes forever to cleanse. So this is it. Again, any comments, questions, what have you, put them in the comments, or you know how to get a hold of me, and I am happy to help and get you in your right place of cleansing. How often to cleanse? As often as needed. I do it on every full moon, or sometimes I miss it. You can, on a full moon's energy is the best time to do it, and you can harness that energy 5 days before the peak of the full moon and 5 days after. If you miss the actual like full moon date, don't panic, just do it the next day, right? So that's my suggestions, my thoughts, my best practices that I've experienced, and pulling from multiple other systems and beliefs and rituals. This is pretty general of what everyone does, and I just add to it, right? To make it the most auspicious space for me. A couple of tips I totally forgot. One, if you're using a sensor, it's not a bad idea to get a pot holder. It does get hot, and you might need to put more resin in the charcoal disc. The charcoal disc will last a lot longer than the resin does. And I put a whole pile on it. You can kind of see mine going. Let me get you over here. And this will all start melting. I just reloaded it to go do my cleansing. So pot holders are handy. Also, if you are using the sage and you had it going really good and it was smoking really good and then it just starts going out, that means you need to keep saging. Because some people will be like, well, how do I know if I need to do it 1 time or 3 times? If it's burning out, it's because it's being suffocated, right? The energy is dense. So you want to relight it and keep going. If you are completely burnt out, then you're done, right? Now, if you have a little bit left and it burns out, you probably want to still get another one, because at the end, it just like really starts like gone. It's a matter of getting the smoke going, right? So keep that in mind. Same with the incense. If the incense stick isn't done burning, but it went out,